Hello, and as you guys requested, here's Heroic Gallywix. Now, this fight changed quite a bit depending on when you push it, but the important things you need to remember on this one is you want ideally more than 12 people per the fight, mainly because when it comes to phase 2 and soaking the canisters, you need at least 3 people in each canister, otherwise you instantly wipe. So it just gives you a bit of leeway, especially with the tanks dealing with the bombs that are coming out. So that being said, I thought I'd just go into this one, kind of give a bit of commentary like I did with the other ones and show you over. I will do a raid plan as well that I'll link in the comment section when I've done it. But all in all, first things first, split the raid in half. So half the raid stays towards one side here, my side staying towards triangle and blue, the other side stays towards diamond and circle. Same thing as normal. Excuse me. Same thing as normal. You pretty much just go in, you select the frontals, and you switch around. But as you can see on my unit frames, there's a thing there called boss stacks. So when these get higher is when you want to ideally use your cooldowns to keep people alive. So we had a lot to use, so we throw them all over. This fight is better to overheal than underheal, by all means. So if you've got more healers, use them. DPS can make up for it down the line. So what you see there is the big soaks. You want to bait these towards the middle as best you can, but then these bombs come out. Ideally, you want each tank to take one each, but if they're on your side, you can take two. This was early on for us, so we were just, as you see the diamond running around, we were taking one each. Then he runs to the other side, back to his side. So carry on as normal for this. It's a rinse and repeat process. So you take the frontal. After every second frontal, you want to stack up a bit to bait the bombs. So you see me pinging, people move down, and you get the bomb stacks nicely like this, so you give yourself more room to play with. If you have people refusing to move in, it makes this awkward as hell because the bombs that come out can go anywhere. Like you see here, they're all on the other side. I've had to run over and then run back, and it gets a bit dicey for the groups. But as I said, you rinse repeat this, keep going around. It's the stacks you want to keep an eye on the boss. So here, fingers where I drop. We have an AMZ or something here, just because we've got stacks. It's the one that matters. Other than that, you keep going. You can last this phase if you want to deal with less in the other phases, because this one's very repetitive, and you can push through the other phases straight away just by going. So, as an idea, we did it the other day where we lusted phase 1 and we just went straight to the mech suit in P2 because our DPS just pushed it that quickly. So yeah. Now, as he's about to hit full energy, he will go into his intermission. What you want is one person pre-assigned to pick up a bomb and run it to one's colour. So we had a monk here, I believe it was, Gil. He picked up the first mine and he ran it straight to green. So obviously you need to kill the ads to spawn the mines, so you got to make sure your DPS is quick, and you don't want to stand in the beam. Everyone else, once the person that's designated to do the mines, they can just pick their mine up and chuck it off. So yeah. So as you can see, I picked up a mine, and I'm just going to chuck it straight off. And then the tanks pick up the ads and the boss. You can solo tank this part, to be fair. Like, there's not much going on. It's just the stacks on the boss, on the tanks you want to be careful of. So you get in quickly. Now, we did 3 lines here with the overlaps of the absorbs. What we found out worked better is if you make a triangle. So you just do 2 at the front and 1 at the back. Just don't be in the overlaps. Range can take the back one, and you can just split the melee half and half. Pretty much same thing. When he does the bomb thing here, you run away. And you just get to the other side. Bear in mind his damage is coming up. One tank wants to go behind and pick up the bombs. I had our DK do it. So he runs off and does them, I believe. Where is he? Yeah, he's doing them on the map. It's a bit hard to see. So he's done them. And then we go back into the P2 bit again. So you get the bad overlap here. Same thing again. He does the Giga Coils, Digger Blasts. And this time we're going to circle. So if you put a mine in the same section twice, it will close the section off. But you can go around the whole room at least once first, so it buys you time. Makes life a lot easier for you as well. So that's why we're predominantly killing the ads in that section. So he can grab the mine and run it straight in. And once he's done, everyone else grabs and throws them off, and you rinse and repeat. That's pretty much this section of the fight. It just keeps going on and on. It's a long fight, but it's entertaining. But I think you'll see the better stacking on this part as well. In terms of tanking, you just want to make sure you don't get too many stacks here. And here comes, yeah, the boss. So in the second part, now this is where people normally lust on the first time because the healing does get quite intensive. Range can stay well away so they don't have to interrupt their casting. Melee move round. Now the important thing here is that when the shield is gone, you don't want to instantly interrupt the boss, because you can end up costing yourself time for DPS. So someone instantly interrupted there, which meant we lost time where we could DPS, which is kind of annoying. Because as long as the healing is fine, you can just keep going. So when the bombs are on us, so we actually changed this a little bit. So we made it so that the tank that was going out always went backwards from where we were. So if you're moving around the room clockwise, the tank always runs anti-clockwise, and whichever tank runs out takes the big bomb that lands on them, and the one that's staying in takes the one underneath the boss. Then you go into the normal soaks you see on normal, and then you get the runaway mechanic. So again, this is why we want to make sure that everyone goes the same way. So everyone comes down towards blue and green, and then the tank will go out around diamond and circle, which is what we changed. But because I'm a demon hunter, I just jump away. No, I died because we didn't rotate it properly, but I said this was really early on. So I get rezzed, we're dodging all this shit, and then we're just getting on with the bombs. And then we go back round again. Same thing with ads, same thing with Giga Coils. But because we did triangle and circle, this time you want diamond or blue. It's as easy as that, really. You just keep repeating the process as you go around. The boss doesn't really change. It's just once you can do it once, it just ramps up on damage and it gets a bit quicker. And you just want to make sure that first bomb gets handed in as soon as possible, otherwise it will kill you. Because he just keeps ramping up in damage every time he casts. Looks again. And then he's going to do suppression, so you have to run away. I think this was like week 2 or 3, so it is very messy. And that's why you want to rotate which tank takes what. Just so you don't kill each other with the damage. And then he just does more and more damage as the fight goes on. See really bad overlaps. Pull everything in again. And then you should have your last section to do with the mines. Now, if you are a little bit behind on this and you've gone through a few times, you will start closing sections off. So you just go around again. So you close off the triangle section first, which I think we did here. And then, yeah, we just carry on around. You just see everyone run. Run for the hills. Oh, it is a long fight, by all means. They made it a lot easier. So this is where we kind of worked out the best way of doing it. But I've just taken all the bombs, which you should never do. Because it fucking hurts. People with the rocket spread out as you do anyway. Just don't knock each other. And then you just keep repeating. Keep soaking it down. The ego check, by the way, is the name of the tank mechanic where you get slapped. I think I died here at the end, to be fair. I was like trying to reset Dirk's stacks. And then he does the ego check on me. And yeah, I just get slapped. Yep. And then I'm like, Dirk, you need to get these bombs. So he comes and grabs them. You go into the last set of ads. At this point, you just kill the boss. Just interrupt the ads. Don't let them cast. Because they repair things and you don't want that. And yeah, you get yourself a nice kill. Now, as I said, it was the first time we did it. It's very messy. It's a lot cleaner now. You just speed it up and the process just, yeah, becomes a lot easier. And you get used to it. It's a lot of rinse and repeat. And the more you get used to it, the quicker it will die. So hopefully that helps you. Enjoy.